Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another installment of Mike's Vehicle Vlogs, and I want to thank you so much for joining me today, because today I think we're finally going to dig in a little bit more into the anti-lock issue with the Grand Am. So we kind of have an idea of what it is. It has something to do with this wheel speed sensor here, and I'm just gonna treat this like we're just, starting over. So we're gonna start from the very beginning with the diagnostic process. We'll hook the scan tool back up. We'll retrieve our codes. We'll, kind of look at some scan data as we're driving, make sure that we're getting see if we're getting any reading with this, and we'll go from there. So, like I said, we're gonna start this off with a clean slate as far as trying to figure this out. And then when we get back, we'll get the car off the ground, we'll take the wheel off, and we'll do a little more investigating. But I figure, the best way to maybe go about this is to kind of start with a nice, clean diagnostic procedure. May not be something we can fix today, or maybe it is, depending on what we find. But yeah, so I figure we'll just start from the very beginning and go from there on this wonderful September afternoon. It is very sunny, but it's also very cool. It's like maybe in the high 60s. It's a really nice day to do this. And also, if you watched the very last vlog that we did on this thing, I was kind of telling you how all of a sudden we were getting a lot of issues after our 4-year video, and kind of got one of them resolved. So the one issue was the exhaust. It started coming apart right there at this flange, and if you can see it, we were able to actually weld it. So that flange is welded together. Don't know how long it's gonna last because it is very rusty, and the rust could break and the weld can come off. But that's where the brake was in the exhaust, so it sounds normal again. It's not overly loud, so that's good. And also, we had a weird issue with the power steering fluid. I haven't lost any yet, but I think I found the leak when we had the car up on the ramp, or not on the ramps, on the rack doing the weld, and one of the lines, which is actually far, it's like almost against the body here under the floor on this side. It looks like it's a little wet, so I think that's where our leak for the power steering may be coming from. Haven't really lost any since I filled it up, and I've been driving it for quite a bit lately. So yeah, so we're just gonna kind of play that out as time goes on and kind of go from there. So like I said, we've got the Altel here. We're gonna go ahead and plug it in, retrieve some codes, and like I said, we'll kind of start this ABS thing, kind of start it up from the top. Alright, so we're gonna go to Diagnostics. We'll do VIN. I could have just gone into control, thing. So the ABS, service vehicle soon, and track off. These three lights are all related to the same problem. With the service vehicle soon light illuminated, that usually tells us that it's a circuit problem. And the last time I scanned this, indeed it was a circuit problem. So that's where the fault is. It's with the circuit here. So we're going to go control unit, chassis, trouble codes, read codes, and we have a current code C1232, left wheel speed sensor circuit open and shorted. There was a history code here for C1221, left front wheel speed sensor input signal equals 0. So yeah, so that's what I was, I kind of had a hunch for a while now that this was going to be a problem. This code, not necessarily this code, but over the last couple years, intermittently, I've had a code for the front left wheel speed sensor. Sometimes these lights came on and then they would go off, and I could drive for a while without any analog issues. But a few months ago, the 3 lights here started to kind of show up more frequently, and usually it was getting to the point where if I turned the steering wheel, it would trigger these lights, and now, as you can see, they just come on immediately when the key is on. So I think the issue is for sure permanent at this point, and we have an open or short circuit with this particular circuit. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna go buy some food, some lunch. We're gonna get out of here. I wanna go to live data. And this is going to, should be able to tell us each individual wheel speed. There we go. We don't really need all this data, so what we want to look at is, I just want to see these here. There we go. So obviously this one up here is the one that we're going to keep an eye on. I'm assuming while we drive it's going to stay at 0 if the circuit is still you know, obviously open. With the sun, I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see this, but I'm going to do my best to display that for you guys. That should be good there. Out of the way of the shifter, I think. Hopefully I don't kick that thing out down there. Alright, so let's get this going here. It's a little warm now. And yeah, so we're all set. Let's go ahead and take it out. Alright, so just leaving the driveway, we can see here that yes, we have wheel speed readings from all of the other wheels except for that front driver side. So that sensor, or that circuit, is dead, I should say. Now, I'm not 100% sure if it could be the hub itself. It very well could be. But we're going to try to test that. So when we get home, after I eat and such, we're going to kind of use our meter to see if we have any continuity, you know, in some of the wires and the pins through the actual wheel hub also. The last time I tried to look at this, I really didn't look. I just kind of tried to take a look without actually putting the car up on the jack or anything and taking the wheel off, but I thought maybe a wire may have gotten ripped out of the connector, because it looked like it's not sitting right. This hub may have been replaced before, but I could be wrong. Like I said, I didn't really get that good of a look. I was just kind of taking a glance from the ground perspective and not actually, you know, with the car taken apart or anything. So I want to do that today since it's a nice enough day and it's not overly hot or anything. But yeah, so this value up there has not changed at all, so for sure the issue is permanent. We should maybe find a result down there, but I'm assuming the issue is somewhere at the hub or somewhere very close to it, and hopefully we can find the issue. And like I said, whether we're going to be able to fix it or not today, I'm not 100% sure. If I need a connector, we're obviously going to have to do a junkyard run at some point. I keep also thinking I'm hearing tire noise, but you know, there's a chance that it's a hub instead. But something is making noise now, so maybe this hub is coming apart. And that could be why there's no signal there. So yeah, we're just gonna do a little more investigating today, and hopefully we can find the issue. Hopefully we can resolve the issue, but if not, at least we'll know what's going on and we can eventually get to it. Other than that, the day has been pretty nice. Like I said, I've been outside for a majority of the day today. Did some maintenancing to my brother's Fusion. We did an oil change, and we've replaced both filters in it, the air and cabin filter. I did some yard work and a couple of stuff, other stuff outside today. And now it's time to get to this, because I've been putting it off for a little too long. Now, if we don't figure out what the issue is, but I don't know, I think we may actually figure out what it is. If we don't, get it repaired right away or something, I haven't really been too worried about it. If it is a hub, however, the hub itself, that could pose as a danger, because we don't want the hub to come apart, obviously, and lose a wheel or such. That would be bad. So, but if it's anything electrical, I'm not too concerned about it right now. It'd just be nice to know what it is. So I totally forgot that these lug nuts that I bought are 21s, not 19s anymore. And so the only 21 socket I have here at the house is this one. So that's what I'm going to use to break these free. Well, hopefully break them free. Had to bring out the good old trusty black pipe for that one. Alright, so I got them cracked loose. Now we can try to bring this wheel up off the ground and get the wheel off. Alright, safety first. So we got it under the cradle there. And before I take the wheel off, I just want to kind of see. Yeah, there's not really any play in that wheel, so it tells me that the hub's possibly still good. I didn't really feel like bringing that electric gun out here, so we're just doing it by hand. This is, I think, the first time this wheel's been off since maybe 2021 when I did the brakes. I don't think I've had these wheels off since. Come to think about it. It's good to see the wheel's not seized on there. Alright, here we go. I guess this tire in particular is still really not that bad. But the one on the other side's a little worse. Whatever. Alright, and here we go. So, here's our connector for this wheel speed sensor right there. It's not really hanging on by anything. See, it is just kind of loose. And, I don't know. I think my suspicion may have been right. See, because initially I thought that this wire was completely ripped off. And I think it is. And yeah, that's exactly what happened. So, in an older video, I thought that it looked kind of funny. But now that we're here, we can confirm this wire completely corroded off. Completely corroded off of the actual thing here. And I thought maybe that this hub was replaced once before. I don't know why, but just the routing of this harness here up over the top here, it feels like it would rub up against the axle as it's turning. So I thought maybe that's where the brake would have been if this wasn't it. But yeah, this pretty much confirms that. So there ain't no fixing that one. On the other half, this is the body end right here. That connector looks clean. Well, no, I take that back. There looks like there might be a little corrosion there, and that might be, is that the same pin, that's same terminal that's broken? Maybe not. It's really not too bad though, but yeah, maybe a little bit in there. But this thing right here, that's that's gonna answer that question. Well, I guess that pin is pretty cruddy in there, that one there. But yeah, that's no good. Now where's the wire? There it is. Yeah. So this is gonna need a hub, unfortunately. I don't know if I feel like doing that or not. I think it's hard to tell. I thought these were bolt-on hubs. It might be. I see a bolt there, but it is kind of hard to tell. I'll have to look at a picture somewhere, but I know most GM cars, especially from this era, they're mostly bolt-on hubs. So it may not be that bad to change. I mean, granted, I don't know how long this one's been on here. I still feel like that's not right how that's sitting there, so it's weird. My brakes, they're still pretty decent. Maybe 7mm. It's hard to tell, but I mean, they still look pretty decent. So there we go. There's really not much left that I can do. I was gonna do some you know, maybe test the wire integrity and such, but nope, that's a dead giveaway. And like I said, I thought when I first tried to look underneath there, I thought that that's what we were gonna find. So we can confirm that that is the issue. Well, that does kind of suck. I kind of was hoping that it could have been, you know, maybe a little other wiring thing that we could have fixed. By the way, I think this is how this thing's supposed to clip on there. It's supposed to hang like that. But I thought about maybe trying to fix that. The problem is, I mean, there's no wire there at all in that connector to be saved. So I can't try to splice another section of wire onto that. That's way too close. I mean, that's impossible. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of that. So we know for sure that the hub is what's gonna have to be replaced, and whether I decide to do that, I don't know yet. I'll look into it. I'll look into seeing how much a hub might be. This one may have been replaced before, because I don't know, that I always kind of thought that that nut looked really clean in there. So there's a chance that that's not the OEM, and maybe the fact that whoever maybe installed it did something kind of weird, because this connector wasn't sitting on this thing like it should be, unless it fell off, maybe, I don't know, but it's supposed to just kind of sit like that, I think. Well, shoot, so I guess game over for now. I might as well just put the wheel back on. Alright guys, so yeah, that's it. I'm actually really bummed that there's really nothing else that I can do about that. It needs a hub, so I literally have nothing else to do with that diagnostic or this video. So Sorry it was so short, but at least now we can officially confirm the issue, and like I said, I'll debate on whether or not I feel like replacing that hub or not, and we'll just go from there. So that is all that I've got for today. Thumbs up, comment, and subscribe if you did still find this video enjoyable. I mean, I still hope so. We did get some answers. I was just honestly kind of hoping there would be a little more in depth to it, but no. So sometimes that happens. Sometimes you get lucky. In this case, we did. You know, I mean, this really could have turned into, you know, some kind of wild goose chase if you know, if it were, you know, another issue. It could have been somewhere else in the wiring harness. It could have been up, you know, into under the hood area somewhere. But it wasn't. So we did luck out. We were actually pretty lucky. So I'll see you guys next time. In the meantime, thanks for watching and take care.